Now on 4 News Now at 6, homelessness, open drug use, and vandalism are keeping people away from a section of downtown Spokane. What the city says it's doing to crack down on crime.
It is a beautiful start to the Labor Day weekend, but I am tracking some changes. A cold front in your First Alert forecast.
Hurry up, Dave! I don't want to die in this.
New video of a Spokane County deputy trying to escape the Oregon Road fire near Elk. We'll show you more of his emotional escape to safety. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Breaking news out of North Spokane County tonight. State high school athletics officials were going to stand by a rule that would have benched several Riverside High School football players for tonight's game. They now say players missed practices while that area near Elk was evacuated due to the devastating wildfire. That was their reasoning initially, but at the last minute, the governor's office stepped in. Bronte Sorotsky's live at Riverside High School right now with more on this development and the community event happening before the game to benefit the wildfire victims.
Kirsten, this couldn't be better news. You can hear the JV game going on behind me, and I was told that those players that were originally benched were actually able to rush over here and make it back in this next half. So, as you just said, these players are allowed to play today, and it really it's just such great news. This event is all about bringing the community together and helping fundraising efforts for those affected by this wildfire. And earlier when I spoke with the superintendent, he was worried that this news was going to take away from this event. It clearly didn't, but this news that these students will be allowed to play is even better. Now, here's what the superintendent had to say when he made this announcement.
We just got notice that the governor's office was collaborating with the WIAA, looked through some legal advice. They just made the decision to allow our players to actually play tonight. So I just wanted to end that on a positive.
And this event is going to be going on right now for a few more hours. There's free pizza. Everyone's really just enjoying themselves watching these players play and just happy to know that everyone will be able to play tonight. Reporting live in Elk, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
What a development. Thank you, Bronte. More breaking news tonight. Investigators releasing over 500 pages of investigative material involving that float plane crash near Whidbey Island last fall that killed 10 people, including a well-known Spokane activist. The report contains surveillance footage, operations, plane performance, systems information, and more. The NTSB will be releasing a final report later that will outline the probable cause of the crash. Earlier this year, investigators released information about a specific clamp nut that had unscrewed from the barrel of the plane. That impacts control of the direction of a plane. Sandra Williams was one of the 10 who died. She founded the Carl Maxey Center and the Black Lens newspaper during her time in Spokane. We have a link to the full report on our website, KXLY.com. Well, it's the unofficial end of summer, just a few days away now, and it will soon start to feel a lot more like fall. We have a cold front on the way. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here with your First Alert forecast.
Yes, we're going to start off the Labor Day weekend with warm, sunny weather and then start to see the clouds move in and the temperature drop. It is going to be a sunny Saturday. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. High temperatures will be in the 80s tomorrow, mid-80s. We're going to have a nice increase from today. Cooler on Sunday and cloudier, a 20% chance of showers on Sunday. I'll go over hour by hour on that later in the news. And we also have a 20% chance of showers on Labor Day. Here's a look live now over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. We have a few clouds drifting through this evening, coming up from the south, but they are dissipating, and we are going to be mostly clear overnight tonight. Those clouds have kept things a little bit cooler around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're in the mid-70s, also mid-70s in Moscow and Pullman, 80s for Lewiston, Ritzville, Grand Coulee, and Omak at 77 in Bonners Ferry, right around the Spokane area. We had a few 80s today, 80 and 9 Mile still, but we're in the 70s elsewhere around the region. And this evening in your forecast, expect those skies to clear. Temperatures in the 70s at 7 o'clock. We'll be dropping into the mid-60s by 11. If you're out late, you might want to consider taking along a sweater or a jacket, but you will not need it for Saturday. We're heading up to a high temperature of 85 degrees. 79 is our average high. I'll tell you about the cool down for Labor Day and when you can expect those showers in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. More breaking news tonight. The West Bonner School Board meeting scheduled for tonight was canceled because of an injunction that prevented the meeting from happening. This comes 3 days after people voted to recall Board Chair Keith Rutledge and Vice Chair Susan Brown. This is still a developing story. We will update you as we learn more.
People don't like to come downtown anymore, and that's sad. You got the main corridor to our city right here, and it's first thing you see.
Crime and homelessness surging along 2nd and Division Street in downtown Spokane. Police there saying the area is now in, quote, full-on crisis mode. With increased drug use, violence, even street-level prostitution, the local businesses lining these streets are bearing the brunt of this downhill slide. Jordan Smith went to the area today and talked with some business owners about what they're seeing firsthand and what the city is doing to help.
I'm outside of Clark's Cleaners. It's one of the many local businesses that's growing frustrated with the increased crime and homelessness that's impacting this area. Outside of their fence line, they see dozens of people lined up. They're witnessing public drug use. And take a look at this. This is the 7th window that's been shattered of their business in just the last 18 months. The entryway into downtown Spokane resembles a broken, run-down part of town. Surging crime rates and homelessness litter multiple blocks along Division.
Over the last month or so, it's gotten to be in full-on crisis mode.
That was Spokane Police speaking to council members during Tuesday's Public Safety Committee meeting. Open drug use and vandalism, seemingly the new normal. Businesses are frustrated and tired of their front row seat to this crisis.
We got garbage galore. Littering is just horrible down here. The defecation, the screaming, the yelling, the fighting, the drug use. I mean, the list is pretty long.
Jack Gum spoke candidly about the interactions he and his staff have experienced.
They got bats, they got knives, some of them have guns. We've had problems with guns in the past.
4 News Now interviewed Gum back in May when he first built this fence around his business, hoping to create some kind of barrier when his staff leaves at night.
But then we're back to building fences and not bridges. I mean, I wish I knew the answers.
We met with the city today, asking what they're doing to restore this part of town.
In the last 9 months or so, the police department has doubled its staffing downtown, so there's more patrol, there's more people out there.
Brian Coddington cited the Safe Spokane Summer Plan created by Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward back in June, which he argues is effectively cutting down on crime within the city. He says progress is slow, but it is coming.
I know it feels like it's not quick enough, and it's definitely not quick enough. We're the first to say it needs to happen quicker. We'd like it to be able to turn this around, but it is progressing, especially in the downtown area.
In the meantime, it's a waiting game for businesses like Clark's Cleaning to see if this plan can lead to a positive ripple effect for them and other businesses in the near future. But patience is running thin. In downtown, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
New at 6 o'clock. Detention officers at the Spokane County Jail found these almost 300 suspected fentanyl pills on a woman while she was being booked. According to county officials, she was originally arrested for driving with a suspended license, but could now face more charges. A 19-year-old died in a crash involving a motorcycle on Highway 291 near Spokane and Stevens County border, according to Washington State Patrol. The crash closed the highway for several hours. Now all lanes are open.
And the Pac-12 is down to the Pac-2, the latest on Stanford and Cal's decision to leave the ACC and where this leaves Washington State.
And high school football has officially returned. We're live at Hart Field as Lewis and Clark and Ferris are playing a little bit of history this afternoon. We'll have more after the break.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water wise this summer. This Labor Day weekend, the 1 cent tent event is on at Foothills Mazda. 1 cent down delivers any new or used vehicle, and 1 cent fills the tank with gas. Only at Foothills Mazda. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. All applications accepted. Check out the specials under the tent. Many vehicles under 20 grand. The 1 cent tent event. Today through Monday. And we're open Sunday for this special event. Foothills Mazda. Just east of Division on North Foothills Drive.
Tina, the Tina Turner Musical. Tina Turner's triumphant story is live on stage in the mega hit musical direct from Broadway. Prepare to be ecstatically blown away. September 19th through 24th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. On sale now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Get $200 when you open a new checking account with Horizon Credit Union. When you bank with us, you'll get expert guides to help you on your financial journey. A pathfinder, an advisor, a teammate, a guardian, and peace of mind wherever you're headed next. So, if you're ready for a better banking experience, sign up in branch or online with the promo code GET200. Horizon Credit Union, your path, our purpose.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the sleep savings are on at Walker's Furniture.
And that means some of the biggest discounts of the year on all your favorite brands like Purple, Serta iComfort, and Beauty Rest mattress sets.
Plus, special 5 years no-interest financing with no money down was brought in, as well as an additional $100 gift card with select sets sold. Plus, Walker's is also giving you an additional $100 off.
Making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less.
Today through this Monday at Walker's.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, save thousands of dollars on the best selection of trucks and SUVs during the Big Deal event this week at both Cal locations in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
I always get excited when my inventory looks this good.
And that means it's the perfect time to trade up. Plus, this week, get top dollar for your trade-in, including a minimum trade offer, and delay payments until November 1st. Today through this Monday at both Cal locations.
Well, it's time for some Friday Night Lights. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. High school football kicks off across the Inland Northwest tonight, but there is one game that's happening that's a little extra special. Alex Crescenti joins us from Hartfield. He just watching right now. Ferris and Lewis and Clark take each other on. Alex, why is that game behind you so important?
Yeah, Julian, if you remember last year, Ferris and LC, they played over just down the street at Ferris High School. Now, this year, they're playing on Hartfield. Now, this is special because this is the first time in a long time that a varsity game has been played on this field. We're talking first league match since 1969, and then the first just varsity game since the 1980s. And of course, there was no need for it really at the time because you had Joel Albee Stadium, and then that got torn down, and we're waiting for One Spokane Stadium to open up here in a few weeks. But for the meantime, we'll be playing these sort of neutral site games, if you will, but a little bit of a special feeling for many of these old alumni returning and seeing that this game playing out. But we're going to have the highlights for you coming up on Friday Night Sports Extra. It's week one here. I know you're going to be hitting the road, Julian, here in the next few minutes. We're going to be going down to Cheney where they're going to be taking on Gonzaga Prep. That should be a pretty good matchup, but we'll have all the highlights for you coming up at 11. Julian, send it back over to you in the studio.
All right, thanks, Alex. Yeah, I'll be at Union Stadium tonight. They already had a game earlier today. That was kicked off at around 4 o'clock. The Deer Park Stags taking on the East Valley Knights. Here to start Deer Park with the ball. And how about a trick play to start the game? Aiden Martin, who's the quarterback, by the way, with the catch off the reverse trick play. And that sets up this next one right here by Brian Newby. The big fella rumbles ahead as the Stags score first, 7-0. Now, East Valley, they were looking to respond in a big way. Taryn Fields will be taking the snap. It's a high snap. He'll get tackled, and the ball pops out. Big number 77, Rhodey Phillips, pounces on it for Deer Park, and that gets the Stags with the ball back, and once again in the red zone, Brian Newby. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Touchdown, Deer Park. We'll have a final score of this one and more tonight on Friday Night Sports Extra. Now, the Pac-12 is now down to the Pac-2. Stanford and Cal agreed to leave the Pac-12 and join the ACC in in 2024. This brings the ACC to 18 member schools starting next year. Now, this is significant because if the ACC went under the 15-team threshold, ESPN has the right to renegotiate the conference's media rights deal. Now, with the rumors of Florida State, Clemson, and North Carolina wanting to leave the ACC, this gives the conference a much-needed backup plan to keep its current TV contract. As for right now, Stanford and Cal enter the ACC taking a reduced media rights revenue share. SMU will forgo ACC media rights revenue for its first 9 years in the ACC. Now, of course, this leaves Washington State and Oregon State as the only Pac-12 schools remaining. WSU released a statement saying this move by Stanford and Cal wasn't a surprise and that Washington State is still exploring options for its future. The American Athletic Conference said today that they are no longer looking to expand out west. The AAC was a possible landing spot for the Cougars, but no longer. This leaves the Mountain West as the clear-cut possible destination for Washington State and Oregon State moving forward. And that'll wrap us up for sports.
Well, our high temperature today, 76 degrees, 79 is our average high. Beautiful football weather, 7:31 the sunset tonight. It is going to get warmer for Saturday before we cool right back down. I'll have your Labor Day weekend forecast after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Live with Kelly and Mark. New season starts September 5th.
And now, an announcement from America's #1 most watched morning show.
We've got a million good reasons for you to watch GMA this September.
Someone somewhere in America is about to get $1 million live on GMA.
Ah, you see how I did that? A million good reasons?
Visit AutoNation Acura Spokane Valley for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the Labor Day sale is on at Walker's Furniture.
With some of the largest discounts we've ever offered.
Including 5 years no interest financing with no money down, so you can leave your checkbook at home and pay for it later.
Get drastic discounts on all bedroom and comfortable new living room furniture with big savings on our large section of mattress sets.
Plus, this week, get an additional $100 off your purchase.
This is one sale you can't afford to miss. Today through this Monday at Walker's.
ET's Back to School Week reveals Breakfast Club secrets.
Are we rolling? Hi, guys.
What you never knew about the movie's off-camera romances.
We were an item.
Next, ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage.
That fire has grown exponentially.
With resources on TV, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app. Fire Watch coverage to keep you safe. That's what we mean when we say expect more on 4 News Now.
The weekend is here. The chilly rain long gone. Here's a look at live conditions right now in Coeur d'Alene. Everybody coming and going to the lake. 76 degrees and sunny. Just a few clouds drifting through. It'll be a beautiful sunset in Spokane, and it is 75. You can see the arena parking lot is packed. Those are Pig Out in the Park, folks. It is busy down in Riverfront Park tonight. We're headed down to an overnight low of 56 degrees. If you're going to be out past curfew, have a sweater with you. It will get chilly tonight. Mostly clear skies, light winds. Tomorrow, a high of 85. Sunny skies, northeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Quite a jump from today. It's just a one day in the mid-80s. Here's a look at our weather pattern. Area of low pressure that brought the showers yesterday and the cool conditions sinking off to the south. We are going to be in a nice, tranquil situation situation for Saturday. Warm air coming up from the south, blue skies and sunshine, but we are looking to the west at a cold front that's coming through on Sunday. That's going to drop our temperatures right back down. We'll be back in the mid-70s by Monday, bring an increase in clouds on Sunday, and the possibility of some showers, but it doesn't look all that good. Here's a look at our forecast radar, but something to be prepared for. Here's Saturday at 6 o'clock. Clear skies across the region. We do bring an increase in clouds through Sunday in the early morning, and then some showers developing. And right now, the computer model has the precipitation through the Blue Mountains into the Palouse and the Central Panhandle, where we're mostly dry in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and that's where it keeps it on most of the day Sunday. However, that has changed, which makes me think this is a work in progress. And then we have a few mountain showers Sunday evening. I think it's more likely we'll see things on a more widespread basis, but it's a good time to check in over the weekend with meteorologist Matt Gray. Keep your weather app handy, and we'll fine-tune the timing on those showers and the location. Overnight lows tonight will be in the 50s. Highs tomorrow, 80s and 90s, but just for one day. We're cooling down a little bit Sunday, high of 80 with mostly sunny skies and a slight chance of showers. Labor Day even cooler, but very pleasant at 74. Still a slight chance of showers. And then we dry out with just gorgeous late summer weather Tuesday through Friday. In the comfort zone, mostly sunny skies. Feeling a little like fall, but more just like early September in the inland Northwest. Kirsten.
Looking at those numbers, how quickly we forget. Right? We had so much rain and the cool temperatures this past week. You might have forgotten we started the week with temperatures in the 90s, and with the cool temperatures set to continue in the forecast, we're asking the question, are we done with 90 degrees this year? New at 6, meteorologist Matt Gray is looking for answers.
Oh, and people are divided on this one, I tell you, whether they want it to continue or not. So, Monday, August 28th, and that's the average date that Spokane has its last 90-degree day of the year, and it also happens to be the last time we hit 90 degrees. Was that our last gasp for summer heat? And I'll tell you what, as the days go by, and you just saw Chris's forecast, it looks more and more like it. You see, as the calendar flips to September, we lose a lot of daylight, and with it, we lose that potential for afternoon heat. Now, that being said, not impossible. The latest 90-degree day on record happened just last year on September 27th of 2022, and there was a 25-day stretch between that record high and the last time that it was 90, which was back on September 2nd of last year. So, not impossible. Long-range forecast computers are pointing to a pattern change. You saw some of it in Chris's forecast, that as we approach the middle of the month, we'll be warming up more consistently and drying out. But does that necessarily point towards us hitting 90? Well, no, it doesn't. By mid-September, the average high in Spokane is around 75 degrees. And so the later in the month we go, the more extraordinary the weather system has to be to get us back to those 90-degree readings. And so if we stay below 90 the next few weeks, which is, once again, more likely than not, we end 2023 with far fewer of those 90-degree days in the past couple of years. Considering 2021 and 2022 had some of the most on record, that's, I think, probably a good thing. Even if you love the heat, I think you can agree on that. But there's something more important here that we're missing. Even with far fewer hot afternoons, this summer is the 5th warmest on record for Spokane. Why? Unusual warmth does not just happen in the afternoon. Overnight lows were the 3rd warmest on record over the last 3 months, and summer nights have warmed, get this, 7 degrees in the past 30 years. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. 4 News Now, I'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
To celebrate doubling my sourdough, Jack, I got doubles for everyone in the office.
All right, my double looks nothing like me, and neither does yours.
HR.
Hey, it's our wife.
Order my classic or double bacon sourdough, Jack, today.
This week on Svengoolie,
one of the greatest horror classics of all time. It's alive! It's Boris Karloff in the Universal classic Frankenstein on the next Svengoolie.
Saturday night at 8 on MeTV 4.2.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the sleep savings are on at Walker's Furniture.
And that means some of the biggest discounts of the year on all your favorite brands like Purple, Serta iComfort, and Beauty Rest mattress sets.
Plus, special 5 years no interest financing with no money down was brought in, as well as an additional $100 gift card with select sets sold. Plus, Walker's is also giving you an additional $100 off.
Making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less.
Today through this Monday at Walker's.
You've been thinking about it. You've just been waiting for the best time to get it. Wendell Ford is stocked up and ready to offer great incentives on the best vehicles for your final summer exploration. The iconic 2023 F-150 XLT with available 1.9% financing and some with over $9,000 off MSRP. Or the adventurous Bronco Sport, 1.9% financing and trade assist. Start your Labor Day with adventure and savings at Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Wow, you get to watch all your favorite stuff. It's to die for, and it's all right here. Streaming was never this easy, you know. This is the way.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network made for streaming for $19.99 a month for 12 months.
Can you turn on the volume? Here, you can try.
Get way more into what you're into when you stream on the Xfinity 10G network.
AM and then America's most watched morning show.
Good morning, America.
Trust falls? Really?
Ah, come on, Jack. It'd be great for morale.
If I wanted to raise morale, I'd offer a choice of 2 sandwiches plus curly fries, a taco, and a drink for only $5.
Thanks, Jack. I trusted you guys.
Try my $5 Jack Pack today.
The 4 News Now First Alert Weather app. Download or update it today.
Around the nation, millions of people across the U.S. are expected to travel this weekend. CNN's Mike Valerio explains how airlines are preparing for the rush of passengers.
Well, the TSA is saying that today should be its busiest day of the long holiday weekend. But if you're hitting the roads, gas prices are holding steady even though we've had a major hurricane and a wild oil market. But those prices are still raising some eyebrows.
The summer vacation came back this year with a vengeance.
This weekend is capping what TSA reports is the busiest summer travel period on record.
And is ending with a boom.
FAA expects close to 50,000 flights today.
The TSA projects today will be the busiest day of the Labor Day weekend. More than 14 million passengers potentially packing airports now through September 6th. But on the horizon, a possible strike of American Airlines flight attendants, who overwhelmingly voted this week to authorize such a move. We asked Stan Sandberg of TravelInsurance.com if this weekend's travel could be affected.
You really don't have to be worried, but you should be aware of the changing circumstances.
And if you're heading to Florida, where Idalia canceled hundreds of flights earlier this week, briefly closing Tampa's airport, there's good news on that front.
There may be some residual delays, but I think most people can expect to have a pretty normal travel experience traveling to Florida.
However, travel experts also say to keep an eye on local guidance in the Sunshine State and consider rebooking if your plans include visiting some of the harder hit areas. For road trippers, gas prices are higher than usual for this time of year. The average hovering just over $3.80 a gallon this week, according to AAA. That's just a bit less than where we were this time last year.
So are you going to any of these places? The top 5 domestic destinations as reported by AAA. We have Anchorage, Seattle, Las Vegas, New York, and Orlando. For what it's worth, the TSA is also advising people to keep getting to the airport early because they say this weekend, wait times in general screening could exceed 30 minutes, and for TSA pre-check, wait times could be in excess of 10 minutes. That's the latest from Los Angeles. I'm Mike Valerio. Back to you.
On to the Labor Day sales. Some shoppers are finding slim pickings in their search for deals.
The sort of sales around Labor Day perhaps are a little bit more conservative than years past. It's hard to determine whether it's just a reflection of the inflated prices or whether it's a reflection of retailers being more reluctant to put more stuff on sale.
But with another Amazon Prime event coming up in October, Black Friday only 12 weeks away, you may choose to wait to find a deal.
Well, this newly released body cam video captured one deputy's terrifying journey to safety during the Oregon Road fire. We're taking a look at this intense scene coming up next.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the Labor Day sale is on at Walker's Furniture.
With some of the largest discounts we've ever offered.
Including 5 years no-interest financing with no money down, so you can leave your checkbook at home and pay for it later.
Get drastic discounts on all bedroom and comfortable new living room furniture with big savings on our large section of mattress sets.
Plus, this week, get an additional $100 off your purchase.
This is one sale you can't afford to miss. Today through this Monday at Walker's.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years. And during the Labor Day sales event, we're offering great trade-in values. Plus a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all pre-owned vehicles. And if you're looking for a new truck, SUV, or Camry, Toyota's got new inventory rolling in every day with great financing options. So you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
It's showtime. 10 days of fair fun starts Friday, September 8th. Martina McBride fans, get your tickets now at ticketswest.com. Plan your fair fun at thespokanefair.com.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Mavorite.
Conquer it with Mavorite.
Cure it with Mavorite. Mavorite cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Mavorite stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Mavorite with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Mavorite.
Conquer it with Mavorite.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Mavorite.
Ask your doctor about Mavorite. AbbVie could help you save.
It's been said that some things get better with age. A taste that only gets more refined. In life, good things take time. And this love story is worth the wait. He's Gary, your first golden bachelor.
I don't always date 20 women at once, but I'm about to.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
I don't want to die in this.
Newly released body camera video shares one Spokane County Sheriff's deputy's narrow escape from the Oregon Road fire near Elk. Deputy Britton Morgan was working that day to help people evacuate from the path of the flames, but he did not know he was going to come so close to them himself while driving to safety. Our Natalie Grant is live in studio tonight. Natalie, some of the most terrifying video yet that we've seen from these fires.
Yeah, absolutely jaw-dropping this video is. And take a look here. This is the scene that many people would consider their worst nightmare, but it's the reality for some first responders and firefighters on the front lines of these fires. Even so, this body camera video captures the absolute fear in Deputy Morgan's voice as he drove through the fiery hellscape of the Oregon Road fire.
Chickens, we can get more.
On the day of the Oregon Road fire, Spokane Sheriff Deputy Britton Morgan was telling people to leave their homes and animals behind as the fire switched directions, barreling towards them.
Do you have a ride at least?
In this body cam video released on Thursday, it shows Deputy Morgan following another deputy and evacuees down Oregon Road, trying to get to safety. At first calm, and then...
Hurry up, Dave! I don't want to die in this.
This is the moment Deputy Morgan was caught in the middle of the fire, fearing for his life. Trees actively burning on either side of the road as embers rolled over his windshield, yelling to keep himself composed as the world around him was on fire. On the other side of the flames, Deputy Morgan prevented others from being stuck in the inferno.
It's headed right for us. I got 1 minute. It's headed right for us, man. I was just there.
Zebra 69 or 7.
Unless you want to die.
Emotions clearly switching from terror to relief when he saw a man he was trying to evacuate drive up behind him.
Thank you, bro. I was so worried about you. Are you okay? I know you're probably sad for your horses right now, bro. I'm glad you're alive.
In all, the drive through the fire was no more than 1 minute, but it seemed much longer. Deputy Morgan jumping right back to work on the other side, but feeling grateful to be alive after a terrifying experience.
I thought we were almost dead there for a second.
Stunning to see that video, that a body camera could capture something like that. And, you know, the view from inside in the dash cam, it's just horrifying.
Absolutely. I mean, just jaw-dropping is the word that I've been using all day to describe this. And I think it really serves as a good example of why we should be following these evacuation orders when they come through, because those first responders are trying to make sure that you're not stuck in those areas there.
And you know, people trying to get to their animals. That's what he was talking to the man behind him that he was trying to evacuate. Your brain doesn't necessarily switch into survival mode. You're trying to protect.
Yes.
Trying to protect your loved ones, trying to protect things. But when you see that video, I don't think people will ever forget that.
No.
Great reminder.
Absolutely. And the fact that he had his body camera on to capture that, I think it definitely will be one that we won't forget for a long time.
Thank you, Natalie. Well, cooler fall-like weather has helped the firefighters increase containment on both the Gray Fire and the Oregon Road Fire. The Gray Fire in Medical Lake now 93% contained. Firefighters now in the mop-up phase, and many of them are moving on to other fires in the region. Near Elk, the Oregon Road Fire is 85% contained. All evacuation notices are lifted, and there are still more than 600 people working on both of these fires. You can find the latest containment numbers and all of our fire coverage right now on KXLY.com/firewatch. And if you have your phone with you, take it out, open the camera app, and scan this QR code. This brings you to our online list of ways that you can help our neighbors. Give a little bit of your time. Donate some needed items to organizations supporting the wildfire victims. We've put all of them in one place, so it's easy for you to find. You can also search Here to Help on KXLY.com.
You're looking at a live picture of downtown Spokane right now. Pig out in the park in progress, and in sharp contrast to the past couple of evenings, it is a beautiful night to be out and about. It was a little soggy down at Pig Out the past couple of nights, but we've got more beautiful weather to tell you about. Here are 4 things to know. Sunny on Saturday. High temperatures will be in the 80s around the region. It's going to be cooler and cloudier Sunday with just a slight chance of showers. Here's a look at our highs across the region today. Made it into the 80s in Omak, Grand Coulee and Ritzville, 82 in Lewiston. Comfortable weather in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene in the mid to upper 80s. 70s, 77 in Bonners Ferry as well as Sandpoint. Your evening planner, expect temperatures to cool into the 60s with clearing skies. We do have a few clouds passing through right now. They are not going to be around for long. And for Saturday, a high temperature of 85. 79 is our average high, but then we cool right back down. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and the Labor Day weekend outlook in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. There's a new traffic light in Liberty Lake you need to know about. It is at the Country Vista Drive and Kramer Parkway intersection just south of I-90. The light is for the new I-90 overpass that's set to open on the 9th. Right now it's just in blinking mode and will be fully activated when the overpass opens. Starting today, interest on federal student loans will begin to build again after more than 3 years of pause because of the pandemic. Payments start again in October. It comes after the Biden administration's loan forgiveness plan was rejected by the Supreme Court. The White House says it's still finding ways to offer borrowers a little breathing room. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more.
The clock now winding down to when student loan borrowers need to start repaying their loans once more. Starting Friday, September 1st, the Department of Education says borrowers will once again start to be charged interest on their loans. Then repayments on those loans will resume in October. For more than 3 years since March 2020, student loan payments and interest charges on that debt have been paused due to the pandemic. Moves to lift that pause and resume payments kept getting delayed again and again and again. Then last year, President Biden tried to cancel up to $20,000 in federal student loan debt per borrower, totaling an estimated $400 billion.
All this means people can finally crawl out from under that mountain of debt.
But the Supreme Court rejected that plan, saying the president had overstepped his authority. But now the White House says it's still trying to ease borrowers' pain, giving relief to those who enrolled in an income-driven repayment plan, or IDR, which allows student loan debts to be forgiven by the federal government once payments have been made for 20 or 25 years.
It's going to give borrowers a little bit more breathing room.
That effort rejected by the president's GOP critics as unfair to those who didn't go to college or take out loans. If you're a borrower and you weren't already enrolled in one of those IDR plans, financial experts say now is the time to figure out who your loan servicer is. It might have changed during the pandemic. Then they say, check your balance and figure out a plan to resume those repayments. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
Well, it's estimated that more than 150 people die every day from overdoses related to synthetic opioids. Researchers say there's a new group of drugs causing overdoses that may be even more potent than drugs like fentanyl.
It's something that just a year and a half, 2 years ago was not in the drug supply at all.
Well, in a study published this week in JAMA Network Open, researchers say nitazene is a synthetic opioid like fentanyl, but has a different chemical structure. Experts say synthetic opioids are a growing problem, saying the U.S. drug supply isn't clean, and people may think they're taking one drug, but are consuming multiple substances instead.
Also important for our providers, our police, our EMS, our firefighters, our emergency department physicians, that these patients may require a higher level of care and more doses of naloxone or Narcan.
As we talk about Narcan, the first over-the-counter drug used to reverse opioid overdose is expected in retail stores and online as soon as next week. That's according to its manufacturer. The drug will also be sold in stores and online at Rite Aid, Walmart, and CVS. It has a suggested retail price of $44.99 per carton of 2 doses. The opioid crisis is being driven by powerful synthetic drugs like fentanyl, and the manufacturer says it plans on selling the drug at $36 per 2-pack. We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including this week's Air for Adventure, where we're giving you a bird's eye view of a historic railroad bridge. You won't want to miss it. Stay with us.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. 4 News Now. Expect more on air, online, and on the app.
It's showtime. 10 days of fair fun starts Friday, September 8th. Clint Black and Craig Morgan fans, get your tickets now at TicketsWest.com. Plan your fair fun at thespokanefair.com.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport and the Ridgeline, built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. This summer, create your own adventures with Honda, the most awarded brand in car and driver 10 best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Where should I walk? Right here? Is this good?
Yeah, you can walk right there. This is your show. Do whatever you want.
You walk in.
It's live with Kelly and Mark.
Wow, that was a nice reception.
New research suggests that French fries may be linked to depression.
No.
I experience euphoria upon eating French fries.
Euphoria.
Elation.
All the E's.
Every weekday morning.
That's right. That's right.
It all goes down on Daytime's #1 talk show. Yeah, of course, that. All that.
We're sitting on a couch with the new
co-host, husband, and wife team.
Watch live with Kelly and Mark. Weekdays at 9 a.m. Only on 4 News Now.
It's showtime. 10 days of fair fun starts Friday, September 8th. Ex-Ambassador fans, get your tickets now at ticketswest.com. Plan your fair fun at thespokanefair.com.
The Clown Professor, forced to resign. Next in Sun Edition, did he really give his students extra credit if they let him paint their faces like a clown? He even threw a pie in one girl's face. The shocking allegations. Then, move over Barbenheimer. Here comes Exorcist.
We're about to go on a little adventure.
Taylor Swift versus the new Exorcist movie. Watch the next in Sun Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
A young man in Adams County learns not to bet against the sheriff. Stephen Lutz walked up to deputies and asked, "Who am I going to beat at cornhole?" While at the fair recently. Well, Sheriff Dale Wagner took the challenge on and won the game 21-11. The wager, loser gets a pie in the face. Take a look.
Look, you can taste it first. All right. He's a man of his word, this guy.
That's right. Sheriff Wagner says he'd be glad to do a rematch with Lutz at next year's fair. But to be clear, Lutz has a little cornhole practicing to do. Unless he wants another pie in the face. He's smiling, though. He liked it. All right, here's another fun story. Look at this Great Pyrenees, who normally works as a hospital service dog and is now working alongside firefighters near Elk. Her gentle, friendly nature is helping crews reduce anxiety, lift spirits, and just generally support mental and physical health. For all of those fire crews still working so hard. Those dogs are the best.
Yes, they are. And we do have a lot of firefighters still working, as you explained earlier in the broadcast. A little bit of good news about precipitation. Well, this isn't all that exciting, but we did start the month out of September with a little bit of rain. We had 1/100 of an inch just after midnight. Here's a look at our year to date. We are running well below our average. We would average more than 10 inches of precipitation by this point in the year. We've had just over 7.5 inches because we have had below average precipitation every single month this year, starting in January. February was especially dry, a little bit better in May, but then we get to August, and look what happened here. We had almost an inch of precipitation. I know that doesn't sound like much. It isn't much. August is our driest month. We average less than 1/2 inch of precipitation in the month of August, so it's pretty easy to get above average precipitation, a couple of good rains, and you're all set. But still nice to see that we are able to put together a little more precipitation. Had more than in the month of February. Again, August is our driest month of the year. But here's a look at our percentage of usual rain over the past 30 days. And most locations got a lot of rain, especially Spokane, 150% of average. Ritzville did well. Grand Coulee, 259% of average. Bonners Ferry was certainly up there. And we get over along the east slopes of the Cascades into the Okanagan Valley. That's the only place where we find much of a deficit. Also one little dry spot over parts of the Palouse. But overall, the last 30 days have been pretty good. In your forecast radar, we do have the possibility of some showers coming in Sunday. Here's Sunday at 1 a.m. The clouds move in late Saturday night into Sunday early morning. Then we do start to see some rain developing around Sunday morning, 7 o'clock. Right now, the computer model wants to keep everything south of Spokane and Coeur d'Alene on Sunday. I think we will have a better chance to see more widespread precipitation, but we will keep you updated through the weekend as this changes. In the meantime, enjoy a sunny, warm Saturday before we cool down into the comfortable 70s by Labor Day. Slight chance of showers on Sunday with a few more clouds, 74 with partly cloudy skies and a 20% chance of showers on Sunday. And then it's sunshine and 70s. Very nice weather as we head back to work and school on Tuesday. Kirsten?
What a headline. Sunshine and 70s.
Yes, love it.
Thank you, Chris. Well, if you aren't a fan of the 80s, tomorrow will be perfect weather to just stay indoors and watch some college football. Besides the Cougs game, there will be plenty of exciting matchups to watch right here on ABC. ESPN's Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit have a preview of this week's matchups.
First full Saturday of college football, and what a slate we have on ABC. An ACC, SEC showdown, Virginia and Tennessee. Vols coming off an 11-win season.
Yeah, big expectations after a big year like that, and I think everybody wants to see Joe Milton. Hendon Hooker had a monster year, and now Joe Milton, who filled in for him in the bowl game and looked great. But let's be honest, the knock on Joe Milton has been consistency. Going from Michigan to Tennessee, he now gets the opportunity to be the guy, and if Tennessee's going to go where they want to go, it's going to be Joe Milton is going to be consistent with his decisions and accuracy.
So many transfer quarterbacks. Michael Penix Jr., now Washington's quarterback, came over last year from Indiana, had a great year. They open against Boise State.
Another team with huge expectations and pressure. And what a tough game to match up with, in my opinion, with that typical old tough Boise State. A veteran Boise State team. Taylon Green is a quarterback that can make you pay for it if you're not prepared. But Washington seems to have some maturity about him. I really like what Kalen DeBoer has done. Second year now. I think there's more of kind of an established culture. So I think Washington will get off to a good start, but they could be challenged here.
Saturday night, primetime ABC, Battle of the Carolinas, North and South Carolina.
Well, I think when I heard that game day was coming to Charlotte, I was excited because of the quarterbacks. So you have Spencer Rattler and Drake May, two of the top signal callers in the country, going head-to-head. Be a lot of fun.
Yeah, things started on ABC with a great triple header and a couple of ACC, SEC matches.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
You've been thinking about it. You've just been waiting for the best time to get it. Wendell Ford is stocked up and ready to offer great incentives on the best vehicles for your final summer exploration. The iconic 2023 F-150 XLT with available 1.9% financing and some with over $9,000 off MSRP. Or the adventurous Bronco Sport, 1.9% financing and trade assist. Start your Labor Day with adventure and savings at Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
We're starting a movement. Well, technically a don't movement.
Because we work hard and want to relax harder.
It's the Labor Day sale. Save 30% on everything. Plus 0% interest until 2027.
We the stressed out will stretch out.
And we the planners plan to lay back.
Hurry in. Labor Day sale going on now. Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
A new season of the #1 entertainment talk show will make you say, "Oh my God,
go in my mind like that." Excellent song choice.
What do you think the reason why couples fight?
They host talk shows together.
Live with Kelly and Mark. New season starts September 5th.
He posts his thirst traps in a leather-bound album. His DMs have postage. He gets the early bird special anytime he wants. If you call him, he'll answer the phone. He doesn't have gray hair. He has wisdom highlights. Florida wants to retire and move to him. He's Gary.
And I'm your first Golden Bachelor.
It's your
4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. We're the friendly faces you see first thing in the morning and at the end of your day. We're the people you trust on your screens and in real life. and we'll always be there when you need us. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
It's showtime. 10 days of fair fun starts Friday, September 8th.
The rolling hills of the Palouse are known for endless wheat fields, cougar football, and giant windmills. It's also home to a historic railroad bridge. In tonight's Air 4 adventure, we take you just south of Rosalia.
The Milwaukee Road Bridge has stood on the edge of town for more than 100 years. The rumble of trains that once crossed it faded into history more than 40 years ago. Built in 1915, it replaced the original wood trestle and has a very unique design for a railroad bridge. The Milwaukee Road used the concrete arch design because it had to cross over a rival railroad and the state highway. The bridge is actually 2 spans, one consisting of 1 arch over what is now the Spokane-Spangle-Palouse Railway. The other has 4 arches over Pine Creek and what is now Rosalia Road, formerly Highway 195. You can take an adventure of your own across the bridge now. It's part of the Palouse to Cascades Trail State Park. The trail can be accessed at several spots on the outskirts of Rosalia. In all, the trail is 250 miles long. It's good for hiking, mountain biking, and watching for birds or other wildlife. From above the Palouse, Brian Neal, 4 News Now.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
It's showtime. 10 days of fair fun starts Friday, September 8th. Thank you to all heroes. You will receive free admission on September 11th. Compliments of Carpet Barn. Learn more at thespokanefair.com.
College football is back. A huge top 10 opener.
This one comes with a lot of anticipation.
LSU, Florida State, Sunday at 7:30 on ABC.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years. And during the Labor Day sales event, we're offering great trade-in values. Plus a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all pre-owned vehicles. And if you're looking for a new truck, SUV, or Camry, Toyota's got new inventory rolling in every day with great financing options. So you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
A treacherous wildfire season ahead.
The next wildfire is not a question of if, it's a question of when.
4 News Now Fire Watch coverage, keeping you safe with resources on TV, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app.
All the components are in place for a large fire.
That fire has grown exponentially.
The winds will bring more smoke into the region.
We've even seen flames from the distance we are.
Fire Watch coverage to keep you safe. That's what we mean when we say expect more on 4 News Now.
Wildfire season is here and we may be affected by smoke. Protect your health by being prepared. 1. Check current air quality and fire activity online and plan accordingly. 2. When it's smoky, limit or avoid time outdoors. And 3. Keep indoor air as clean as possible. Replace home air filters more often and set the air conditioner to the recirculate mode. For the latest information about wildfires and air quality, visit the Washington Smoke blog, wasmoke.blogspot.com.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on a Toyota certified used Camry, Corolla, or RAV4. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
4 News Now is brought to you by Horizon Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Extreme Team.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, the first varsity football game played at Hartfield in more than 50 years. The historic moment at 11 in our very first Friday Night Sports Extra of the season.
All signs pointing to fall except the Saturday forecast. 85 degrees and sunny. Summer's last hurrah. Possibility of an isolated shower Sunday or Labor Day Monday. Trying to dial in the timing and the whereabouts of those showers, and we're working hard on that.
It's going to be a perfect birthday weekend, and just as you predicted, Saturday was the way to go, so my nephew will be very happy.
Oh, and how old is he?
3.
3.
Happy 3rd birthday, Eli. We're so excited. Swimming.